Huge congrats to the Florida Panthers. They are the fourth team over the last 30 seasons to win back-to-back Stanley Cups, knocking off the Oilers both years. It's also the third time in the expansion era. That dates back to 1967. A team won consecutive Stanley Cups, defeating the same team. Mad Dog, did you know that stat?
I didn't know. I'd have to think about that, but that's not surprising.
Wow,
yes,
I dropped a gem on you. PK Subban here with us now. How we doing, PK? Great to have you with us. Put this in perspective for me. Bigger headline, Panthers winning the second straight or McDavid falling short?
I think it's Panthers winning the second straight. Just going to 3 Stanley Cup finals. Gary Bettman said it in his speech last night that winning back-to-back Stanley Cups is nearly impossible. I agree with him, but I think going to 3 straight finals is insane. And if they do it again next year, I'll be baffled. This team has continued to surprise me year in and year out. You think about it, they get beaten up by Vegas, come back, win this, retool their roster with a bunch of new players, free agents, trades, all that stuff, and they're back here again. And I don't see them slowing down. So I think it's a huge storyline. But for Connor McDavid, 1 year left on his contract. He's got to be thinking about what's best for him right now. He can't be thinking about anything else. I wouldn't be if I was in his shoes. And who's going to disagree? This guy's been the best player on the planet. Forget any league on this planet that plays hockey. There's no one better than this guy. He deserves an opportunity to have the team to win a championship. And I haven't seen that team yet.
Well, listen, he did get to a Cup final 2 years in a row. He did lose the Game 7.
Yep.
You know, if Marchand doesn't score the goal in Game 2 in a double overtime, who knows? Maybe he can somehow figure out a way to win this series too. This is not about McDavid, though, because they got beat by the better team.
Yep.
I mean, and if you're the Oilers and on the eve of Game 6, you don't know who's starting in goal, you're not as good as the other team. They didn't know who the goalie was until yesterday morning, for crying out loud.
And everybody today is going to talk about I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about their goaltending situation. Here's why. Pickard stole that Vegas series. He was unbelievable until he got hurt. No one was talking about their goaltending then. Skinner played well in the first couple rounds. Their goaltending hasn't been the issue. It's their depth players. All these roster movements, no one talks about the management issues. There's issues there. They haven't put a good enough how can you not put a winning team around Connor McDavid? What's the excuse for that? He's making too much money? Get out of here. This guy plays different than any other player that's played the game. They've made choices on players that haven't worked out. They've drafted players, it hasn't worked out. That's on management. You got to put a better team around him. It's not good enough.
PK, let a brother get in, my man, because I disagree with you. And here's the reason why. The Panthers are a great story. They're a great team. They play, boy, listen, I've been very impressed with them. I was at Game 7 last year with you. I had a blast. You know what I'm saying? I was doing that hockey with you. But when you think about Connor McDavid, come on, guys. The team that you're talking about was good enough to get to the Stanley Cup Finals back-to-back years. They weren't good enough to beat the Panthers, but they were good enough to get there. So I'm saying to you this. The story for me, it's not that the Panthers aren't a great story. It's not that it's not a big story. 3 straight years, back-to-back champions. But did you find yourself, PK, if I remember correctly, you were in studio with us weeks ago, wishing to some degree that Connor McDavid would get it because he's so great. He's a 3-time MVP. And you know he's recognized universally as the greatest. And you're looking at him and it's like, you can't get over the hump. And then coming in the last one, I last saw you had like 17 shots, not a single goal, stuff like that. It's not like he's playing lights out, but the team is losing. It's that somehow, some way he was coming up short too. I'm talking about you. I'm saying you told me that. I don't know. You told me that.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
100%. But Stephen A., when you show up in the Stanley Cup Final, Edmonton went out and acquired all these players. Victor Arvidsson. I can go through all the list of depth players. It doesn't matter. They came into this season saying, we got more sandpaper. We got more depth. We got more physicality. Where the hell was it? Where was it last night? They got smacked around. They won 2 games in this series in overtime. And the one game they had to come back from 3 goals, they weren't even in the series. It wasn't a series. So we can sit here and talk all we want about Edmonton getting back and da-da-da-da-da. You're there to win a championship. When you get to the championship round, you get to the finals and you get swept, let's say, you're not in the series. So you're there to win a championship. You knew you had to go through Florida. Everybody knew they had to go through Florida. Whatever they did to improve their team did not work.
Not enough.
All right, we got to leave it there. I got to hit the top of the hour.